Do you know what happens in all three parts of the IELTS speaking test? In the next 5 minutes, I'll explain the complete test, show you how to develop your answers, and help you avoid the most common mistakes. The IELTS speaking test is a face-to-face interview that lasts between 11 and 14 minutes. It consists of 3 distinct parts, and the format is identical for both academic and general training candidates. The goal is to assess your overall communication skills. I'm Ferhan, and today I'll guide you through the 3 stages of the test. Let's start with part 1, which is designed to help you relax and speak naturally about yourself. Part 1 lasts approximately 4 to 5 minutes. During this section, the examiner will ask you questions on familiar, everyday topics like your home life, your job, your hobbies, or your daily routines. It's the most conversational part of the test. Many candidates make the mistake of giving very short answers here. However, you also shouldn't turn every question into a long speech. The key is to be natural and relevant. Let's look at an example. If an examiner asks, "Do you enjoy reading?" a weak response would simply be, "Yes, I do." This doesn't show enough of your English ability. You need to expand your answer just a little bit. A stronger answer adds detail. You might say, "Yes, I do. I particularly enjoy reading biographies because I find it interesting to learn about successful people. I usually read before going to sleep." See the difference? To master part 1, remember this simple structure. Start with a direct answer, add a specific detail, and then provide a reason or an example. This ensures your response is complete but concise. Now let's move on to part 2, the long turn. This is where many students feel the most pressure because you have to speak alone for up to 2 minutes. But don't worry, you get time to prepare. In part 2, you receive a topic card. You have 1 minute to prepare your thoughts, and you'll be given paper and a pencil to make notes. Then the examiner will ask you to speak for between 1 and 2 minutes. A common trap is trying to write full sentences during your preparation time. You don't have enough time for that. Instead, focus on writing down key words that will trigger your memory as you speak. For a topic like describe a person who has inspired you, I recommend organizing your notes under 4 clear headings: who they are, their background, the main story, and why they were important to you. To stay organized, follow this 5-step structure. Introduce the topic, give the background, describe the main details, explain your feelings, and finish with a short concluding thought. A sample opening could be, "I'd like to talk about one of my former teachers who had a major influence on my confidence. I met him when I started college, and he encouraged me to become more comfortable speaking in public." Try to develop a connected story rather than just answering the bullet points on the card one by one. If you run out of things to say, simply add a reason, an example, or a comparison to keep going. Finally, we reach part 3, the deeper discussion. This lasts 4 to 5 minutes. The questions are usually connected to your part 2 topic, but they are much broader and require a more analytical approach. You might be asked something abstract like, "Do you think technology will replace teachers in the future?" Here, the examiner is looking for you to discuss causes, effects, and perhaps different viewpoints. For these analytical questions, use a 4-step formula. Give your opinion, back it up with a reason, provide an example, and then add a wider comment to finish your point effectively. If the examiner asks why or can you explain that, don't panic. It doesn't mean your answer was wrong. It's actually an opportunity to demonstrate even more of your vocabulary and complex grammar. So, how are you scored? The examiner looks at 4 criteria: your fluency and coherence, your lexical resource or vocabulary, your grammatical range and accuracy, and finally, your pronunciation. A very important reminder: you do not need a British or American accent to get a high score. What you need is to be understandable. Focus on clear, natural speech rather than trying to sound like a native speaker. Before we finish, here are 4 final tips. Never memorize complete answers. Always answer the exact question asked. Develop your ideas with examples. And if you make a mistake, just correct it and move on. Which part of the test do you find most difficult? Part 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to IELTS with Ferhan for more lessons. Good luck with your study.